Did you know there's a place in the UK where you can experience tropical heat while enjoying a swim surrounded by a water park? Well, you can get all this and more at the Alton Towers Theme Park, Hotel and Water Park. If you're looking for a fun-filled family getaway, then this could be the perfect place for you. In this video, I'm going to share my experience staying at the hotel and exploring the water park, so you can decide if it's the right choice for you. We were there in February, which is considered the off-peak season since the theme park itself is closed. This is where Alton Towers have tried to diversify by opening up hotels and in particular an indoor water park which would attract visitors during this off-peak season. We went during half-term where they opened up a small section of the theme park for a themed event called the Pirate Takeover. They had pirate-themed activities mainly aimed at younger kids. Let's take a look at the hotel itself. The Alton Towers Hotel is located on the grounds of the Alton Towers Resort in Staffordshire. The drive to the hotel itself takes you past the main car parks of the theme park. There are several hotels located within the grounds. The main one where I stayed at was the Alton Towers Hotel. A short walk away you have the Splash Landings Hotel, which contains the water park, and opposite the main hotel you have the CBeebies Land Hotel, which is perfect for young kids. I did see some woodland lodges, stargazing pods and something they call the luxury tree houses. However, these particular items appear to be closed. As soon as you arrive, you'll notice the whimsical theming of the hotel with its quirky decor and playful atmosphere. The main reception lobby has something that looks like it's from around the world in 80 days. The general theme of the main hotel is exploration. There is a small reception that is staffed. This can be found on the right as soon as you enter. We arrived in the morning ahead of check-in time, so didn't check in immediately and instead headed to the theme park, which I'll explain more about later. When it was time to check in, we received a text message saying our room was ready. The great thing is you can use these automated terminals to get your room key. It's all painless and straightforward. You can even collect your room key from any of the Alton Towers hotels on site. Let's take a look at the room. We stayed in an Explorer room, which is their most basic room but does the job. They have these rooms in sizes to accommodate families up to 5, which is what we needed. Finding hotels for families of 5 can be quite difficult, so it's appreciated that Alton Towers accommodates for this. Most hotels require you to book 2 rooms. We had a king-size bed, a single bed and a bunk bed. This particular room, although perfectly acceptable, is showing signs of its age. However, that can work in its favour as the room is meant to be themed around exploration from the past. In terms of facilities, you had the usual tea and coffee. The bathroom felt more modern than the rest of the room and contained a bath and shower. One downside to the room was that the heating didn't work. It was very cold during the time that we went, but as we weren't there for long, I didn't bother to report it. I can imagine in the summer conditions can get worse since there's only a fan to cool you down. If your room is on the ground floor, you might get a visit from some ducks. These ducks are very clever as they jump on the windowsill and then knock on the windows with their beaks in the hope that you'll feed them, which most people often do. The hotel contains 2 main areas where you can eat, the Secret Garden restaurant and Dragon's Bar. Both are located on the ground floor. There are other restaurants in the Alton Towers grounds where you can visit. The most famous one is the Roller Coaster restaurant, which serves foods via some tracks. I didn't go to this restaurant on this occasion, but it's definitely on my to-do list next time I go. Breakfast is served in the Secret Garden restaurant. Remember, you have to book a slot for breakfast. I believe this is done to avoid much overcrowding. Despite booking, however, the place did feel extremely busy. Again, like the rooms, the breakfast is perfectly adequate. It's the equivalent of a breakfast at a Holiday Inn Express, which is to say, it's not bad, but it's not the best. For kids though, they should find enough to keep them happy. One thing they could improve is the layout, especially the tea and coffee making area. There was only a single machine for this and it was next to the juice dispenser. Therefore, if someone was making tea, no one could get any drinks. One last thing to note is that there is a hotel shop next to the main reception area. There's also a coffee shop if you need some caffeine throughout the day. Now let's talk about the water park. The Alton Towers Water Park is one of the main attractions of the resort, and for good reason. It's a tropical paradise complete with palm trees, waterfalls and even a beach area. There's plenty of water slides and attractions for all ages, from the lazy river to the high-speed Master Blaster water coaster. The water park also has a wave pool, a children's play area and a relaxing spa pool for adults. You can buy entry just for the water park, although they only allow this on some dates. Prices start around £17 per person. In my case, it was included as part of an overnight stay package, which also included entry to the theme park. The cost was around £200. Entrance to the water park is via the Splash Landings Hotel if you're staying there. For those staying at the main Alton Towers Hotel, you enter via the conference centre and follow the signs. At the entrance, your tickets will be scanned. There's also a shop if you need to purchase any last-minute goggles. After this area, you enter a large changing room. There are multiple cubicles of all sizes. Unfortunately, this is one of the downsides of the water park. There aren't enough cubicles to accommodate for the numbers entering. You end up having to wait a while to use one. It's the same when exiting as well. Not sure what the solution for this is, but it needs addressing. The lockers also require a 20p coin, which is a bit bizarre since the rest of the resort is cashless. Despite this, the water park was the highlight of my trip. I love the fact that the entire atrium was heated to tropical temperatures. When the sun shined through the transparent roof, it really felt as though you were in a tropical country. There's plenty to keep kids here occupied and an excellent way to spend an afternoon. There are 2 cafes available that you can buy snacks from. One tip is to use your Apple Watch or take a contactless card so you can pay for items without having to go back to your lockers. As mentioned, I was there during the Pirate Takeover event. On the first day, prior to check-in, we headed to the park to check out the activities. Just remember, it's quite a lengthy walk to the park from the hotel. It was great for the kids as there were hunting activities, pirate-themed stage shows, and some rides that were open. There were also some food places that you can eat at. If you require halal food, the Eastern Express has you covered. As well as the theme park entrance, our package included entry to mini golf. There's an 18-hole golf course split into 2. Due to the cold, we only did 9. Overall, I had a fantastic time at the Alton Towers Hotel and Waterpark. Despite its shortcomings, the hotel was comfortable and the waterpark was the highlight of my stay. If you're looking for a family-friendly stay with plenty of activities and attractions, then I highly recommend checking out the Alton Towers Resort. It gets a solid 4.5 out of 5 from me.